It's round number 5 of the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series here at the Indianapolis Raceway Park, better known as IRP. I am your producer and commentator for Paige, and right now we're watching Garrett Sidnor make his way around the track as he comes down to a stop on the apron. He sits in first in practice right now. He also sits in first in the standings, coming off of a good finish last week at Canadian Tire. Seeing if he can do the same here. It's a very long race, one of the longest of the season. We'll see if he can get it done here on the short track. He is first right now by 4/100ths of a second over second place out of boss right now. The number 27 machine makes his way. I believe he might just be on pit road right now. Have to see. There is a 27. He is on pit road. So is the 50, Dylan Wedgwood. Third in practice, making some laps, and now pancaking the outside wall. And then back on track, Alan Kunneman in P4, that all-white number 8 machine, making one of his first starts of the year, if not his first, if I remember correctly. We'll see what he can do tonight in the number 8 Chevrolet Silverado. Tyler Rush in 5th, 3rd in the point standings. And the 72 has been on a roll as of late. Ryan Potter in the 6th position, and a good run in Phoenix back a couple weeks ago, but struggled a little bit as of recent. There is Connor holding the car behind him in the standings right now in practice. Also behind him on the track in the number 81 machine. We'll see if Garrett Sidnor's back out. It looks like he's not. We're going to find the farthest up car on the track to take you for a lap around IRP, and it looks like it's going to be the number 14 of Dylan Wedgwood. And that is just about it when it comes to a lap here at IRP. The farther you are, or the closer you are, I should say, to the wall, the better. You see the 14 spins out onto pit road, and we're going to take a very, very quick intermission and try and fix a slight tweak to the graphic settings. We'll be right back with you on FTN for qualifying here in round 5 of the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series. And that is going to be it for that here. Right back with you live on FTN and qualifying getting underway. And the 14 of Dylan Wedgwood, 3rd in practice. Getting his tires warmed up down on the apron, trying to put down the fastest lap he can. But it's going to be tough to beat the 50 if he can set a lap like he did in practice here. As Wedgwood makes his way down into turn 3 and 4. We'll wait for these drivers more of them to get back out on the track so we can see what they can do. Here's Dylan Bate in the number 26 machine. And watch him go around for a lap. See how it goes for the number 26, Courtney Strong, Bass Pro Shops, Toyota down through turns 3 and 4. And off of turn 4, he spins out, and that lap is definitely not going to count. If it did, he's got a destroyed race car. And back down pit road, or back onto pit road, he's going to tow and get it back rolling again. All right, now looking for that 50 machine. Dylan Wedgwood sits in first currently. He takes the pole as of now by 65/1000ths of a second over Connor Holden. Terry Brooks in 3rd. Thou just has finished up his laps. He's down into the infield grass. And getting finished up there is the number 23 machine, Hunter Searles, in 5th. But taking it very slowly. His laps look to be over. Here comes Garrett Sidnor. We'll see what the man on top of the charts in practice can do here in qualifying. As Sidner on his first lap, down off of turn 2 and coming into turns number 3 and 4. We'll see what the number 50 machine is going to be able to set here as he makes his way off of that very low banking in turns 3 and 4. Garrett Sidnor is going to go right now up into the 3rd spot, and that's all for Sidnor. Not going to attempt a second lap, and he will not get the pole from Dylan Wedgwood. Hunter Searle's out on track right now, but was not that competitive in practice, so it looks like he's just going to be in pit road. Wedgwood and Jason Harris on track. Here is the 52 of Toby Wedgwood. We'll see what the 52 Monster Energy Ford F-150 machine can do as he makes his way off of turn 2, out of the pit exit there, I should say, and up into the as high as they can go right now. This camera, though, is a little bit shaky. It gives you just a grasp for how low banking there is. If you get down to that inside lane, it's only going to be for throwing a slide job, because you really cannot use it with this trucks. The higher you go, the better. It's just a little bit more banked, I do believe. Jason Harris goes 13th on the board with the Bass Pro Shops Club number 88 Chevy Silverado right up on that top side. This lap should be better. 7/10 off the pace with that one. As he comes back off of turn 4, we'll see if Jason Harris can improve upon his P13 time. And he's not going to be able to do it. In fact, he loses a spot there. Toby Wedgwood to 9th. And Wedgwood will not attempt a second lap, and it looks like that's going to do it right now. And we're, Toby Wedgwood there. Dylan Wedgwood, though, on the pole as we speak. It looks like it's going to be a pole position for Dylan Wedgwood. I don't see anyone else on the racetrack to compete with him. And we'll see if that is going to change, but I don't think it is right now. 14 or 15 drivers have set a lap time, it looks like. And that's going to be Ryan Potter, the last spot there. Kundman, Dylan Poteet, Andrew Siegel, Adam Boston, Dylan Batty did not set a lap. 20 trucks entered now. 15 have completed a time. And that's going to wrap it up for qualifying, I do believe there. See what happens from here. Now just 20 seconds left in qualifying. And again, no one else on track. Just 15 seconds left here until we can get this race underway. We're back in just one moment here on FTN. And here we go, right back with you on FTN. The microphone having a little bit of an issue currently. It looks like we're going to be just alright. We'll get the qualifying results up on the screen. I wish it would connect because that sound is really annoying. But Dylan Wedgwood takes the pole for round 5, and the number 14 machine is a 22.344 for Wedgwood. And starting on the outside pole is Connor holding in the 81 machine with a 22.409. Garrett Sidnor lines up second on the bottom, third overall in the 50 machine. Oh my god. Okay, no more headphone plug. Garrett Sidnor lines up third with a 22.436, and alongside him, Terry Brooks in the fourth position with a 22.467. Tyler Rush lines up fifth with a 22.501, alongside his teammate Hunter Searles with a 22.535. Jacob Holm lines up in the seventh spot in the 76 machine with a 22.608, and Andrew Baker alongside him with a 22.611. Then it's going to be Toby Wedgwood with a 22.727, and Colton Gardner rounding out your top 10 with a 22.765. Heading back on to the final 10 cars, Ty Smith starts 11th with a 22.765, alongside Scott Puckett in the 12th spot with a 22.828. Then it's going to be Noah Joyce in 13th with a 22.907. And Jason Harris there in the 88 Chevrolet with a 23.047. The final car to set a lap will be Ryan Potter with a 23.344. Adam Boss, Dylan Bodie, Andrew Siegel, Alan Cunman, and Dylan Bodie did not set a lap. And so that's gonna do it here. Pace car lights are off, and we're gonna be tickerless for the moment as I try to get the correct one up. In the first lap, it's gonna look a little bald here. But coming off of turn 4, the number 14, oh, looks like the pace car lights were off, but it didn't turn on the pit road. Okay, so price is averted here. There is the ticker. And we're going to get going here quickly as possible. Toby Wedgwood, or Dylan Wedgwood, I should say, out on the pole. Toby Wedgwood back in 9th. And so, the number 14 machine on pole for the first time this year, I do believe. We'll see what he can do with it here. Just 20 laps in the race, so I just have to check for 1 second. So, my apologies to everyone. This is going to be a heat race. I was not aware that there was heat races going on tonight, but the green flag is out for heat number 1, and Connor Holden wrapping the top side very nicely, using that just slight edge of the baking to take the lead from Wedgwood and get 2 or 3 car lengths on him down into 3. Wedgwood trying to fire back, staying right on the rear end of that Pennzoil number 81. It's going to be no saving at all, just 20 laps here in the heat. And he dives it back into turn number 1. A better entry for Wedgwood, but the 81's going to get the drive off the corner if he can get down there and back to the throttle. And he does, passing going on to the back of the field. A big battle going on here. The 31, one truck with a lot of damage. That's Ty Smith. And he got left side damage, and I think there's going to be someone in front of him with right side damage. And we'll see what happened there. There's the 99 of Potter going for a move. The 31 looks all clean, so I'm not sure what happened there, but back up to the front, it's Connor Holden. Still leading the field and pulling away Terry Brooks and Garrett Sidnor side by side for third. The 23 making that bottom lane stick, or should I say the middle lane now, but the 50 gets the drive off the corner. The 23 at Brooks stays even with him, and the very loud Truck Series machines come barreling down into turn 1. The 50 gets right up on the wall. Now the 14's into the wall. And a big issue for the 14 of Dylan Wedgwood. Goes from 2nd to 4th, and we'll have to take a look at what happened there. As he must have gotten to the wall super hard. He lost a lot of time here as the 14 makes his way to, big slide, and I think he might just overcorrect there. Yep, just a little bit of an overcorrect. Lucky he didn't fully spin it out, but gets it on the wall, and just with this Truck Series truck on iRacing, damage model not the best, and he kind of gets hung up in the outside wall. And not the best way to start off the race for the 14 of Wedgwood. Still just in the 4th spot, so it's not the end of the world for him. And he's looking on 3rd for Terry Brooks, so the truck is going to be okay. Doesn't look like there's even any damage there as the 23 of Brooks hits into the wall in front of him. But back up to the lead, Connor Holden is absolutely flying. 0.8 of a second back to Sidnor right now. And he continues to extend that gap now. Has a little bit of breathing room here, not the end, as they go back into turn number 1, and my voice echoes horribly. It's going to be just alright as the 81 machine continues to go down into 3 and 4. A little bit lower than the rest of the field there. He's going to get the drive off down 2 or so lanes off of the wall. And the 81 hangs on to the lead, but Garrett Sidnor, who was quickest in practice, don't forget about that, is running him down. Sidnor trying to get that heat win, and the P1 starting spot in the main. The 50 machine is on rails right now behind him. Let's ride on board with Sidnor. And look at how much time he's going to make up into turn 1. He runs up a little bit higher on the track, but he gets it really low down in the middle of the corner, not going down on exit as much as Holden. He's keeping it about a half a lane to a lane up on him throughout the entire sequence of turns. And it's proven to be an advantage here as he's going to get the dig off of the corner. That's within 0.5 of a second. He was behind 0.8, so this race not over. And the first position starting spot for Holden is not secured because Sidnor absolutely on rails. Almost a 10th on him through 1 and 2 now as he reels him back in. Going into turn 3, it's going to be 0.3 for a moment. A huge dive into the corner by Holden, and the 50 machine of Sidnor takes advantage of it, getting the drive off. So satisfying to watch Sidnor around this track, getting so close to the wall. And absolutely wheeling that thing here as they come back off of turn 2 one more time. Sidnor trying to run him down. Terry Brooks there in third. The battle with Searles and Tyler Rush has kind of fallen apart there. They were racing for 5th. This field is a little bit spread out right now, but Sidnor has kind of stalled out on his charge to the front, but he's within 0.3 there. He's going to lose time on exit. It's back almost to 0.5 for the first time all race since he got within 0.5. Just 8 laps to go this time by. And Sidnor's starting to drop back just a little bit now. 4-4 down into turn 1, 0.4, 4/100ths now as he makes his way through 1 and 2 and down a little bit lower. They kind of swapped lines there, and I think Sidnor liked it. Keeps it even through the corner, gains just about 1/100th of a second as they make their way into turn 3. Now Sidnor's the one running lower on the track, and he's got it figured out. A lot of gaining. They're off of 4, but the 81 gets the exit and hangs on to a 0.4 or so lead. Back into turn 1, Sidnor back to his regular line on the top, but he gets it down lower again. Connor Holden may just be in the clear. 0.5 of a second is the gap now as Holden continues to pull away the field, stretched out behind him all the way back to Jason Harris, who exits turn 2. Might be able to see his leader, might be able to see the leaders in his rear bumper. There is the leaders going through 1 and 2. That is how spread out this field is right now. Ryan Potter getting past for position right now. And we went to 2 terrible camera angles there, but you could see this race going on for 10th. Cody Potter and Toby Wedgwood going at it for the spot. And it looks like the 99 has a little bit of right front damage, so I'm not sure what happened to him. And he gets a big slide off of turn 4, and there goes Toby Wedgwood. The 99 has a huge indent on that right side of that Toyota, but it's going to be, looks like he's already not having the greatest race ever, running in just outside the top 10, but now sits in 12th. About a second back to Ty Smith, who also has damage there. See that number 18 machine is pretty torn up. Here comes Alan Cudman out on the track. Started from the back of the field. He has some right side damage, but he's going to go right around the inside of Ty Smith. No problem at all. We head back to the leaders, the 81 of Connor Holden hanging on with ease. And I think he might just get it done here. No challenge so far for Holden. As he makes his way back off of turn 2, 3 to go. Make it 2.5 for Holden, back down through 3 and 4. This time by 2 laps to go in heat number 1. As Sidnor looks on now, losing just about 0.5 a lap. Back down into 1 and 2 again, on board with Sidnor. You can see him digging, trying to make anything happen there. And from the back bumper, and maybe know what that is. That's Jason Harris there in the 17th spot, trying to stay on the lead lap, but it's not going to happen here. I don't think. Just the white flag now, so he might be able to be in luck with the lead lap. Not going to matter though. White flag is out. A lot of damage on the Harris machine. He's going to have to get out of the way. That's Andrew Siegel rather. There as they come off of turn 2 for the final time. Connor Holden just going to stick it behind the lap car. Send into the corner for Sidnor, but it's not enough. He has a late race charge. 0.3 is the gap, 0.2 is the gap with the lap car, but Connor Holden gets it done with the Heat 1 win. Now to the next one here. Connor Holden gets it done. The number 81 machine. We'll talk to your race winner in a moment there as the fireworks go off. The next race getting underway, and we'll pull Connor Holden in here just for a second. If I can find him in the Discord. Get him into the broadcast booth. Now, it looks like that won't be necessary because that heat race didn't really do anything. And so, for the second time today, I'm going to go do an intermission just to look at the schedule, or the race schedule, I should say. Oh my goodness, what is... stuff popping up on the screen everywhere. My computer does not like it. But Connor Holden is going to lead him back to the green flag here. The driver's in gear. And it's going to be Holden, Sidnor, Terry Brooks, Dylan Wedgwood, and Hunter Searles. The top 5 will be right back again. I just got to figure some things out here. And it looks like, if I am not mistaken, right now, it looks like there was only enough drivers for one heat race, so Heat 2 was skipped, and the Consi was skipped. The consolation round, the LCQ, you could say, was skipped. So that was all. And now the pace truck back out on track, leading the field. And we'll get the grid up here, the starting position if we can. I don't know if it will work though, so sometimes it's a little bit finicky, and I'm not sure how it will work with the heat race. We're gonna go 1 to green, but we're just gonna hope for the best here with the grid ticker, as the 1 to go is given to the drivers, and we'll see here. And it looks like this is just gonna be the starting order right now. Connor Holden and Garrett Sidner on the front row, followed by Terry Brooks and Dylan Wedgwood, Hunter Searles, and Tyler Rush, the teammates 5th and 6th. Andrew Baker 7th, Jacob Holm 8th, Dylan Wedgwood 9th, and Toby Wedgwood 10th. And it's going to be Gardner, Potter, Cudman, Smith, Puckett, Siegel, Harris, Joyce, Pody, and Boss. A little bit of a rush there as they go through 3 and 4. That is your starting order for the main event, 120 laps here at IRP, and the green flag is out. And we're underway from Indianapolis Raceway Park. The main event underway. And a good jump for the 81 up on that top side. He gets it going very well. Sorry about that on the screen, but nevertheless, away with the lead by a couple of car lengths side by side. For second behind him, or third, I should say, the 50 of Sidnor up into the second position. And we've got a wreck. I believe it's Jacob Holm. No caution now. And there's another spinner and a big wreck. The 99 gets all jacked up. The rear end into the air. One car on the wall. The 76 and the caution flag waves. Brian Potter down into the inside wall early. And I think Colton Gardner, I think he got turned to the front stretch, so we'll have to see what happened there. So the wreck happens in front of him. A lot of drivers up in the wall. Okay. So there's the spin. And around goes the 99. The 40 gets collected. This is going to be a huge look into the inside wall. Gets it locked up. Look at Dylan Pody getting it turned around. Gets lifted up by the 40. And into the wall. The 31 almost gets away from it. The front end gets in. And there's the 40. Head on, but it looks like he got all that damage from hitting the 31 machine. There's the 99 spinning around. And the first caution of the day is thrown just on lap number 1. Here we go, back to pacing. Looking at the back of the field, that's Ty Smith. Scuffling 4 positions in the back to 3 wide under yellow. Siegel getting his spots back side by side with Ty Smith, and got a little bit of jockeying for position in the back of the pack. Siegel falls back into 11th. And Connor Holden will lead him back to green here. On FTN, we're going to take you side by side so you don't miss any of the awesome caution flag action. We'll be right back with you here on FTN.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you
And apologies about the music. Bit of an oopsie on my part, but we got a caution flag back out on the racetrack for the second time tonight. And we'll see what happened here. He's in the back of the field right here, coming off of or into turn 3. And Ty Smith, as the field checks up, turns the 52 around in front of him. There's the 72 car hard into the wall. Ryan Potter's in at the 88 with the number 16 in iRacing, but the 88 of Jason Harris was involved. Or that is going to be the 16, actually, I believe, of Andrew Siegel. A lot of damage to the 99, a very unlucky day, wrecked out. Had a lot of damage in the heat, same for Ty Smith, and wrecked early. All of that damage to these drivers ahead. The caution flag waves for the second time tonight. Connor Holden still back out in front. We couldn't hear anything that was going on there through that little break, but all good now as the caution flag is back out for the second time today. The 81 of Connor Holden will continue to lead. Terry Brooks did a great job of getting back into second, but it seems like if he starts on the bottom or chooses the top, he's going to be in second either way. He's been able to get up into second from the bottom lane, but the 50 of Garrett Sinor has been able to challenge him each time. And if Sinor gets a good jump, he could be able to take advantage of that for sure and take the second spot away. But right now, still just waiting on the 1 to green, as a lot of drivers had damage in that, as you could see. And absolutely destroyed race trucks there. The 14 of Toby Wedgwood, or Dylan Wedgwood again, I should say. That was a lot of front end damage. Sitting in fourth, and I'm not sure where that came from. He must have been the start of the incident, as some drivers in the front of the field were in that, including the other Wedgwood in the field. That's Toby Wedgwood now. As the base car lights continue to flash. And now we see Adam Boss in the chat. Just so we eliminate any confusion, the field was set to a max of 20 drivers. And since there was only 19 drivers in the field, that was not enough to do the heat race. So that's very unfortunate, because if they had 20 drivers, there would have been 2 heat races and an LCQ. But since there was only 19 that made the first heat, one driver must have disconnected. I'm not sure who that was. And that scraps the second heat and the LCQ. So heat 1 basically had no importance other than giving the pole to the 81 of Holden. But thank you to Mr. Adam in the chat for clearing that up. Definitely was a little confused there, because felt like 19 drivers would be plenty to get 2 heats done. But base car lights are off here as they come down the back straightaway. I do believe the choose is back here. If it's not, they must have set it to single file restarts, but I believe they, I don't know, it looks like they have set it to single file restarts, or the pace car is going to turn left into pit road, and now restarts have been set to single file. Hopefully, I believe by the admins, hoping to limit the yellows. And so we'll see how that plays out here. If we can keep it green now, get a green flag run going, only 13 laps complete. Green flag back in the air, and we're back on our way. Connor Holden gets a good jump down into turn 1. Now Terry Brooks has no fight for second going into 1. Alan Kunman down on the bottom trying to make something happen there. He gets clear of Dylan Bodie into out of turn 2, I should say. Some cars in the wall behind him. We stay green. They keep it straight. But now the 23 of Terry Brooks all over the bumper of your race leader going into turn 1. He dives low. Slide jump from Brooks possibly. Can't get it to stick. Now he's going to have to run that middle lane, which has not been good to the drivers all day. And so we'll see what he can do there. On the middle. Stays on the corner panel on the 81. And that's going to allow Sidnor to get in and fight both of them here, as I'm going to try and get the headphones plugged in. Now the race leader into the wall. Sidnor to the bottom. Connor Holden gets into the wall. Terry Brooks takes the lead. The 50 of Sidnor is going to get up on his door and fight it for the second spot. A lot of right side damage on Connor Holden's machine. Here comes Sidnor down into turn 3. On board with Garrett Sidnor, points leader. Looking for some points on second place, which that gap just 2 points back to Dylan Pody. Podied in the back of the pack right now, so no worries there. And right there's 16th Dylan Pody, but Garrett Sidnor gets clear of Connor Holden. So Holden, who was clear sailing in the lead, gets into the wall, had the pressure felt from Brooks. And Terry Brooks is trying to drive away. Now driving into turn 1, one truck up in the outside wall, no caution. They kept it straight. The field very spread out behind. Not a lot of battling going on right now. As we see now, Alan Kunman, I believe, I don't think he hit the wall. I think he blinked out, because on timing his scoring, he just passed half the field. So I think that crash sound was the 8 blinking out. But he's back in now, running in 8th is Kunman. So good job so far for the number 8 machine, but back up to the front of the field, Terry Brooks pulling away half a second back to Sidnor. And Sidnor trying to make something happen with the Loves onboard cam. Here back off of turn 4. Sidnor down into turn 1, gets it up a little bit higher than the race leader. The differentiating lines, it's very cool to see that although all of these drivers are really only running those top 2 lines, they're really finding a lot of different grooves in the corner. Sidnor has found the quick one there. But loses a little bit of time on exit. Noah Joyce and Dylan Bates swapping positions there. Or I believe 9th. One truck up into the outside wall. That's Porter. These guys all with damage on their machines, trying to hang on. There's the 26 trying to work that bottom lane, but there's just no banking down there. And your truck will not turn, and he's going to continue to fall. A lot of damage on his truck. And we've got a couple of trucks up in the wall ahead of him. You can hear it. in the back of the sound, but the 26 continues to drop. On the top side, there's 2 more spots gone. Smith and Rush by on the top, and Poteet and Puckett are gonna follow them around, and that's gonna fall, or Dylan Bodie's gonna fall all the way to possibly 15th or 16th. As there, the 36 goes for a Ross Chastain move on lap 22, doesn't work out. Ty Smith to the bottom, or should I say Tyler Rush to the bottom on Ty Smith for P11. Rush trying to make the bottom work, just as he saw the last damage truck go down. It didn't work. But Ty Smith a little bit slower on the top than he needed to be, and that's going to allow Tyler Rush to stick with him. Rush down to the bottom. The 36 absolutely bombs it into the corner, gets into the outside wall. There's the 99 machine of Ryan Potter trying to make a move on the 03 of Noah Joyce ahead of them. But nothing's going to come of that right now. Poteet getting around Rush, and now Poteet's going to get around Ty Smith as Ty Smith hits the wall. Some great racing back here. Drivers hitting the wall. Now Ty Smith back into the outside wall. Big slide for Scott Puckett in the back of the field. He almost goes around, and he saves it. One more truck into the outside wall, and they keep it straight. And or I just heard someone in the voice chat, but going a little crazy here up in the booth by myself. But 25 of 120 laps completed with that stripe crossing by Terry Brooks, and back down into turn number 1, extending the gap 0.6 of a second back to Sidnor. Looking on this battle for 12th now, as these guys kept ping-ponging off the wall. Tyler Rush as Dylan Poteet, I should say, has pulled away, and these guys are all spread out. Gardner and Ty Smith, as Ty Smith fell back to 15th with that wall contact, and it's making the noise again. As here comes Ryan Potter now. Potter taking a position away from Noah Joyce. Poteet very fast right now. Second points play. Oh my God. Second in points, Dylan Poteet trying to get up the field. He's up into 10th right now. Would you shut up, headphones? As now Ryan Potter takes over the 9th spot there with that left side damage. He is making it happen. A lot of speed compared to the 03 of Noah Joyce, but he is 9 seconds off of your race leader. Here is Andrew Siegel, the last car on track, the last car on the lead lap, running P19, looking at the leaders in his mirror, and he is just watching them close that gap as Terry Brooks continues to pull on in. For some reason, there's no lights on the interior of Terry Brooks' car. He's driving in the dark. Not sure what that's all about. But iRacing having some fun with the lights on the back straightaway. But nevertheless, Brooks continues to hang on to the lead. He's pulled it to almost 1 second over the rest of the pack right now, as we see him continue to lead. Now it is 1 second. Not a lot of close battles going on, but Ty Smith has all of that damage. He's fallen back to Scott Puckett, who almost wrecked it earlier. Andrew T. Baker with a lot of damage, and this is like a demo derby, because you see all of these trucks just going at it in the back of the field, and they all have got so much damage. See the 36 up into the outside wall again, just trying to get around the 18. The 18 clabbers the wall. They all hit the wall. Everyone's in the wall in the back. Here comes the 36 of Puckett around the outside. This is for P15. So there's only one truck behind these guys on the track, and they are racing their hearts out, and I'm loving it. And they're doing a heck of a job right now, as Ty Smith is trying to hang on the inside, but he is struggling. All that damage on that truck is not making it easy. He might get the wall here off of 4 again. Looks like he's going to keep it straight. And back through 1 and 2, Ty Smith up to the top lane, and I think he's going to complete that. He's going to keep the spot. That's going to be 17th there, so Ty Smith is struggling now. Oh, the 26 of Bodie gives him the door and puts him out of the way. Well, Ty Smith fire back. Looks like Bodie's going to give him the line. Ty Smith is going to drive it around the top side. Bodie took away the opportunity to bump her. Oh, he gets into him and he turns him. What a save from Dylan Bodie, but the 18, maybe a little bit of an unnecessary retaliation there, as these guys are racing for 17th of the 19 trucks. But nevertheless, Ty Smith is going to take over the 17th spot up to the leaders, the 23 absolutely flying. 1.5 seconds over points leader Garrett Sidnor in second. Sidnor is about a half a second back to Connor Holden in third. Here's on board with Holden. You see just behind him, about a second back, that's Dylan Wedgwood. Hunter Searles, or this is on the bumper of Wedgwood looking at Searles. So Searles 5th, Jason Harris up to 6th. Struggled in the heat, but Harris making up all those spots, just keeping his truck clean. And you see Alan Kunman doing the same. He's up in his 7th. He has been fast all night long. And we'll see what Kunman can do here. Lap 36 of 120, almost a third of the way through. And Kunman scrapes the outside wall. A big drive into the corner from the truck behind. That's Jacob Hallman 8th. Ryan Potter follows these boys back in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 right now is Dylan Pody, 2nd in points again. Very close for the points battle. And the 31 finishing off the top 10. Noah Joyce and Tyler Rush getting around a lap car in the back. These guys are racing hard there. As they come down into 1 and 2 again, or should I say just Terry Brooks, who is in his own zip code right now. Lap 38 of 120. Ty Smith coming from the bottom lane on Terry Brooks, but nothing happening there as he is a lap down here. Terry Brooks continues to dominate. Gap has shrunken a little bit now, or should I say it's evened out now, just about 1.5 seconds. There is, this core does not want to stay connected. But nevertheless, Terry Brooks now back to 1.7 seconds down the straightaway. Sidnor hopefully saving right now because, gotta make things interesting. Terry Brooks absolutely dominating here at IRP. And you'll miss no action here. We're gonna take you on to non-stop live on FTN.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Coming back to you live here on FTN with the Tex-A-Con Truck Series. Terry Brooks continues to extend his lead. Lap traffic, the issue was of late, and Brooks took it as an advantage. Extended his lead by about 1.5 seconds here. About to complete 50 laps out of the 120 lap feature. And it's 3.3 seconds back to Garrett Sidnor, who had a big run-in with the 36. And a couple other lappers there. Andrew T. Baker was one of them. As we see jostling for position with Colton Gardner and Noah Joyce. That's for 13th. Gardner breezes on by Joyce with the clean truck. Gardner with the pace. And the Jiffy Lube 40 machine is out. And Connor Holden goes for a spin and collects Jason Harris, and the caution flag waves. That's really unfortunate for Jason Harris, who is having one of his best races of the year, if not his best race of the year, and the 81 just gets in too deep, loses it, and stays on the loud pedal there. He gets it locked up, and it's just so flat. Nowhere for go. Look, Kunman gets into him as well, and it's just so flat. 88 side by side with the lap truck of Puckett, and so lap traffic an issue again, a headphone cord an issue again, and more damage to the 81 machine. And the caution flag waves for what I would believe would be the third time tonight. The first big long green flag run of the day. And we'll see what happens here on pit road. Basically every truck on track has some form of damage. We'll see if they would prefer to get it repaired or keep their track position. And down pit road goes Terry Brooks, leading the majority of the field. The rest of those drivers on track staying out to get their laps back. Though if I was them, I might just stay one lap down to get some tires and repairs, because a lot of those guys not on the lead lap are struggling, to say the least. There's to see the rest of the field was just way far behind these guys, and now they're all back down onto the track. Out first is Terry Brooks, Garrett Sidnor right with him. And the lineup, top three at least, stays the same as it was when they came in. It's Brooks, Sidnor, Wedgwood, and Kunman. Up into 4th, Andrew Baker. 5th, Searle. 6th, Jacob Holmes. 7th, Dylan Podian. 8th, Toby Wedgwood. 9th, and Tyler Rush. 10th. That's how they sit currently, but I don't believe that is quite correct. But it could be there. Looks like it might just be. So Alan Kunman up into 4th. Not sure if that's because of those incidents. He was making up some ground. And the 8 machine into the top 5, into the top 4. Chance for him to show off that pace. And hate to say it, but I just love this plain old scheme. All white. It looks so nice on this racetrack, especially the left side with no damage. Very good looking machine there for Kunman. And Terry Brooks, fine looking race truck up in the lead there. The Services and Supply logo has a little bit of damage on the right side. The 50 of Garrett Sidnor also not repairing his damage. There's Ty Smith. I think he's going to be on the lead lap if I'm not mistaken, and it looks like he is. So Ty Smith out on the lead lap. We'll see if the 23 can continue his domination on the second run. It's going to be just about as long as the first, maybe 10 laps, 15 laps longer. And I believe they will have no issue making it to the end on gas, so it's just about saving tires and pulling away just as he did last time at about 3.5 seconds at the end. So 23 can do that again. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic way to go out, because he will surely have the win with that. And it looks like this time by we should be getting the one to green. Pace car lights are off, and I think it's going to be double foul restarts. Look at all those drivers taking the top. They know how important it is. And Alan Kunman takes advantage. He's going to go from 4th to 2nd. Though on a regular track, that would be 1st. And the 8 machine lines up. Pole on the inside, pole on the outside. It's the 23 still. Here they come back to the green flag. Pace car off of the track. Kunman versus Brooks. Terry Brooks falls back a little bit. Kunman gives in the spot as they get onto the straightaway. Out of the restart zone, green flag back in the air. Terry Brooks gets a good jump. He's clear of the 8, but down into turn 1. Kunman tries to fight, can't do it. He's going to need to get up in front of the 50. Off of turn 2, Garrett Sidnor fighting. Big slide for the race leader. Terry Brooks almost goes around. Almost 3 wide for the lead, but he blocked the 8 there. Now there's nearly contact for second. Kunman fighting on the bottom side by side with Sidnor, and a big break for Brooks, who almost lost the lead. He almost lost the truck, but he kept it straight. Now the 50 right up on the wall. I don't know how he doesn't hit it. Big slide, and around goes Kunman. Caution flag will fly. And that's a huge one in turn 2. Kunman goes around and it's right in front of everybody. I mean, we saw the 26 or the 23 get super duper loose just a couple seconds earlier, but the 8 gets loose, stays on the gas, and man, it just snaps around. I mean, he had a second to react, not even in the 26 or 76 gets involved. There's the 77 getting into him, the 52 of Wedgwood getting into him. A huge hit for Pody there. The 40 has to go into the grass to avoid him. And it looks like the rest of the pack gets on through very clean. The 8 does a little spin. Gets around. But I just want to look at this slide for Brooks, because look at him get loose, but he saves it. And so right here, the 8 gets into his rear bumper. The 8 goes bottom to miss him, and it gets him super loose, gets off of the gas, and so that was what saved the lead spot for Terry Brooks. In that Chevrolet, the 23 continues to hang on down onto the bottom of the track, and I don't think he's going to pit. Like they're just driving down on the bottom to save some fuel. But very lucky there, and very unlucky for Kunman. And the yellow and white lights still flashing on the pace car. So not the one to green quite yet, halfway through. Last time by when that lap was completed, that marked the halfway point in this race. And the 23 has led almost every single one from the restart on lap 13. The caution here on lap 61, the 23 has led all the way there. See if we can do it again now. And who chooses what lane? The 50 legs the top, so does the 23. As they get into the choose cone, it looks like it's going to be 2 to green now. They're going to have another 2 laps of pacing before the green flag will drop again. And we'll get back going again. Here at IRP. Terry Brooks leads the field off of turn 4. And the pace car lights are off. The top 5 stays on the top. Ryan Potter wrecked early in the race. He's going to restart second. And goes back top. I think it looks like single file restarts have been turned on. I'm going to just do this one more time here to take a look. And restarts have been changed to single file. That was going to put the 99 of Ryan Potter all the way up at second. You can see there through the intermission screen, Potter on the radio, surely not happy. He was going to go up into the second spot, try and race for the lead and the win, but the 23 of Terry Brooks stays up in front, and he'll lead the single file field back to green for the 4th time tonight, the restart zone. And the 23 is off and away by 2 car lengths down into turn 1. No competition from Sidnor. Dylan Wedgwood trying to stick to the back bumper for the 50 and make a move. The field is very spread out behind him, side by side in the back of the pack. but it's single file for the most part. Now one truck way up high, Wedgwood trying to keep it off the wall. That's a great corner for Wedgwood. Looked like he was going straight, but those fresh tires allowing that Toyota to turn as he gets down one lane lower than the 50. Trying to figure something out, but it just seems like the top is the place to be, and we got another caution on the racetrack. And honestly, I'm not too sure what this one's for. Looks like there's the issue. Dylan Bodie goes around. Oh my god! Oh my goodness! He did more than go around. Holy moly. Let's ride on board with the 26. So this is on board with Bodie. It looks like Wedgwood gets turned. I believe that's Wedgwood there. So, yeah, that's Wedgwood in the Monster Energy machine. He gets turned. And watch out, Dylan Bodie gets loose. Oh, this is going to be a huge netcoat. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you'd love to see it. T-bones him, and it sends his car into a violent barrel roll. And you got to love it about the trucks here on iRacing. That is, that's terrible. And that is probably race ending for the 26 of Bodie. Wow. Sparks flying off the roof. That thing is destroyed. And he's down on pit road with the toe. Beached on or it wasn't beached on his lid, but I don't think he had a motor when that wreck ended. And the caution flag waves again. Here at IRP. And back here on FTN, and I'm wondering if this time it's going to be a single file or double file racing. I'm assuming it's going to be single file, and you cannot stop the wrecks from coming here. And it seems like cautions are breeding cautions, because every time there's a caution, it seems like there's one more right after it. But if it stays the way it's been going, it should be able to get green and have a run possibly to the end. That is how I went in the first run, and so we'll see there. I'm having a fantastic eye itch right now. It feels very good. Unable to speak currently. It's a great eye itch. Allergies are not fun here in the FTN booth. Lap 69 right now currently. Out of 120, so this time by it's gonna be 51 laps. Go. To get this thing finished. And see if we can talk to Dylan Bodie here. Dylan Bodie, you're up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Right front on it. It's facing to the right. Okay.
Dylan, I have to ask, are you okay?
Yes. Me, the truck, and the will to live, not so much. That sucked. And the worst part is that I destroyed my teammate in order to do it. That kind of hurt. He was having another good run.
So I'm gonna assume that's that little hit. Well, not such a little hit, but probably wasn't worthy of sending you for 10 barrel rolls. I'm gonna assume that blew your motor.
Yeah, it's not blown, but I have like 32 of required, so there's no shot.
All right. Well, have fun watching the race from the pits. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right. So will to live and race is dead and gone for Bodie, but the green flag is back out and we're underway once more. Terry Brooks leads the field back to green, and this time Garrett Sidnor hangs right with him side by side. Potter and Rush for the 5th spot. Tyler Rush takes it back off of turn 2. They stay side by side in the 3. The 99 trying to work the bottom. Back up in front, the 50 of Sidnor doing everything he can to stick with the race leader and get it here. as this is Dylan Wedgwood's on board. Here we're going to ride on board with the 50 all over the rear end of the Services and Supply Inc. Number 23 back off of turn 2 one more time. Sidnor trying to get the drive off. Now he goes top, and he's going to look for that run off the corner. The 23 doesn't look like he's going to get it. This could be the chance for the 50 to throw it in, but he can't quite get the run off the corner. Gets a little bit loose, slides a little bit down the track, and the 23 of Brooks continues to hang on to the lead as the rest of the field files on single file. Ryan Potter falls into 6th, was trying to make the bottom line work, but he couldn't quite do it there. Here comes the 23 machine one more time down into turns 1 and 2. A couple trucks in the wall. Dylan Wedgwood may have been one of them in 3rd. And he's going to feel the pressure from Hunter Searles, looking for a good finish in that 77 machine. And I believe it would be his best of the season. They go back through 3 and 4. The battle for the lead is heating up. Might actually be cooling down a little bit here as Terry Brooks pulls away. And back through 1 and 2 again. And down into 3 and 4. The gap stays at about 0.2 of a second. Terry Brooks trying to run away like he did in the first green flag run, the first long green flag run we had. But Garrett Sidnor not letting it happen at the moment. Sidnor flying into the corner right on the top, but probably losing a lot of time, having to scrub off all that speed to make the corner without destroying the right side. And the gap is already back down to 0.5 of a second. And the 23 of Terry Brooks pulls away once more. 4 leaders have just about the same gap to each other, 0.5 of a second. Tyler Rush almost 2 seconds off of 4th place Hunter Searles, and this is a battle. 4 trucks under a blanket for 5th as Tyler Rush tries to hang on. Ryan Potter is going to go back to the bottom and try and work it again. Down through 3 and 4. I'm surprised we haven't seen more slide jaws in this race, because the 99, if he wants to complete the pass on that middle lane, he's going to need to throw it in. There's some contact there. Now the 99 is bombing into the corner. He does that. He gets a little loose. There is almost contact. It looks like they might be making contact again off of turn 2. The 99 even with the 72's door into 3 and 4. Here he goes, throwing it into the corner. Gets clear of him, going to keep it off the wall. He can. There's contact. The 72 turns him. Watch out. Big crash. The 40 is involved, and the caution flag will wave. And Noah Joyce got in it as well at the end. The caution flag waves. And it looks like Tyler Rush did not appreciate the slide job. Got to go back a little bit further here and ride on board with Tyler Rush, maybe all the way through 1 and 2, because it looked like there may have been a little contact between the two. As you see the 99 way down on the bottom, trying to make something happen. Through 1 and 2. And that's not going to allow us to see anything. We'll go back to Tyler Rush's car here. And it looks like we'll go, gonna go full speed. That's definitely not necessary, so no contact there. They're coming out of 3 and 4. There's still no contact, maybe a little bit there. The 99 almost lost it, but kept it straight. Probably both drivers a little agitated. They still clean, hard racing. There's contact. There's big contact, and Tyler Rush may not have been happy about that. Absolutely terrible lighting through 3 and 4, through the backstretch here. But the 99 dives it in, makes it stick. Very clean move, but just parks it right there in front of him. And Tyler Rush may have throttled up here. We can go back and listen, but and it looks like Tyler Rush didn't want to wait for the 99 to complete the pass, and here comes the 03 right at the end. Noah Joyce nowhere to go. I believe he ran into the 40 there. Gave him a little T-bone action, but I believe that's going to be the 5th caution of the day. And the 23 of Terry Brooks continues the lead. And we'll be back here in just a few caution laps on FTN. This has been the Tex-A-Con Truck Series Round 5 from IRP Indianapolis Raceway Park. And when we come back, it'll be just about 30 laps to go, so stay right there. You don't want to miss this finish. We'll be right back with you on FTN. And the caution lights are off on the pace truck. And we'll get back racing once more. The 50. Gonna have probably just a couple more chances, and we can keep it green here until the end to make the pass on Terry Brooks. Is gonna need to do it right here. Green flag will come back out as they come off a turn for Terry Brooks, Sidnor, Dylan Wedgwood, Hunter Searles, Tyler Rusher, top 5. Green flag back in the air, and we're back underway. Or I believe the 6th or 7th time here at IRP. It's another great start for Brooks, getting away by a wide margin. The 50 trying to come back at him. And he's going to need to Hail Mary, and we've got another caution. And what is it this time? I'm honestly not sure. Looks like Connor Holden back out on the track, 29 laps down. Oh! The 8 machine of Alan Cudman just gets in there and absolutely shunts the 16 who was trying to get around the 81. And Cudman just destroys both of them. No, I don't want to blame the 8 there because you see he's got a lot of momentum right now. Going almost full speed, and as soon as he goes to the bottom, he doesn't see that 81 is so slow with all that damage, and the 16 goes to make a move right when Cudman does. That's just one of them racing deals, you know. And it looks like 16 already towards the back. Now he's 2 laps down, or he was 2 laps down. And it looks like he's going to stay in the back of the field. Didn't really sustain that much front-end damage. And almost every driver on the track has got some form of damage. So obviously it's not the most important thing in the world, having a clean truck here at IRP. One truck getting the lap back out on the top side. The 23 still head of the field. He's led everything since that second restart. The 50 is running out of chances here at IRP. As the drivers make their way through turns 3 and 4, I would expect this caution to be shortened just a little bit because surely the admins are getting tired of these non-stop yellows. It looks like right now no shortening has been made, and I think they're going to finish this one out. But right now they're going to restart with under 30 to go. That's going to be pushing until the end. Terry Brooks continues to lead. Ahead of the number 50 machine. Hunman back in 11th there. I don't know if there's going to be anything, any punishment there for Cudman, and I hope not, because not in the wrong there at all. But the other driver involved is going to be in the back of the field already with the very slow truck that was Connor Holden, who's now 32 laps down. That's going to put Andrew Siegel in the back of the pack with even more damage there. This time the lights on the pace truck are off. It's going to be a single file restart again, and it's going to be 30 laps to decide it. Here at IRP as they go down the back straightaway one more time to get this thing back underway in Indianapolis Raceway Park. And the pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road. The biggest restart of the night so far. Can the 50 of Sidnor make the pass on Terry Brooks? Green flag is back in the air, and we're underway once more at IRP. The field fanning out, going down into turn 1. A lot of them staying up high. The 8 of Cudman to the bottom again, trying not to Hit anyone making late moves, he's going to stay down on the bottom. The 50 of Sidnor cannot hang with the 23 this time as much as he did in the last one. And this is a huge restart. Like I said, he needs to get that spot. Big wrecking in the back. Right in the middle of the field. Ty Smith is in it. He keeps it straight. We'll see what happened there quickly. And Ty Smith absolutely throws it into the turn. Okay. I'm not sure if that was an accident or if he had gotten... It looked like it was just an accident. For Ty Smith. But absolutely destroys the 72. And those guys fall both to the back of the field. Tyler Rush was having a great day. So that's very unfortunate for him. He sits outside the top 10 now. But back up to the lead battle. Garrett Sidnor is just doing anything he can to get to Terry Brooks, but he can't find his rhythm. Brooks doing a fantastic job looking for win number 1 on the year. Sidnor had it in the bag at Phoenix until he was wrecked out. An unfortunate incident there. He wants another chance at the win. He's looking for win number 2. Is the 15. He's trying to get it here. Now, that's going to be about 26 laps to go, I believe, here this time by 0.4 of a second. Drops to 3. Sidnor getting the drive off, but does not get the entry that he needs on the 23. The 23 strong suit is that corner entry. And his entry is so good that Sidnor really can't make it back up there. Out of the corners, Garrett Sidnor doing anything he can, switching up lanes, but it looks like it's going to go the way of Terry Brooks unless something drastic happens late. And Brooks continues to lead Tyler Rush and Andrew Baker battling with Podine and Joyce, and there's a spin. It's Andrew Baker. I had just moved the camera onto the 43 to look at him making a pass for position there. So we'll see here, this is Ty Smith. Here's Andrew Baker. Side by side with the 31 of Podine. Podine gets fenced. And there's huge netcode there. And it ends up turning them both. And watch out, everyone. I didn't really notice here. We'll see if it looks like the 31 just gets on the gas too soon. There, full speed. Bounces off the wall by himself. Netcodes the absolute heck out of the 43. Turns him around. The caution will wave yet again. Back up to the front of the field. Terry Brooks is going to lead it again. He'll be right back here live on FTN. Lights are off on the pace car. And we're going to get going just one more time back here on FTN. If you're new, 69 subscribers away from 1,000, the biggest milestone we will have ever reached. And so if you're new, hit the follow button, or hit the subscribe button, and stick around. We have great racing like this all week. David Kreutz live on the Integrity Ignite Series currently. And we're live here with the Tex-A-Con Truck Series. Back into the restart zone. Green flag is back out. And while we were under caution, the 8 of Alan Cunman made his way all the way up into 4th. He's been aggressive on the restarts. Back down to the bottom goes Cunman, but he couldn't quite do it like he did in the back. And now he's going to have to fight with Sidnor, who has fallen back to 5th. And Garrett Sidnor's falling like a rock. And I'm not sure what happened to the 50 there, but keep on going. It looks like the 99 of Ryan Potter has gotten around him for the 6th spot, so I am not quite too sure what happened there under yellow. Give those spots away, and we'll see if the 50 can come back. He must have lost some spots on pit road. And back through 3 and 4. Up into the wall goes Ryan Potter in the 50s. Back through into the top 5, but Terry Brooks scooting away from Dylan Wedgwood, who led early in the heat race. He's got the pace to lead a field. He's got to get up to Brooks to pass him, though, and he's going to be pushing as hard as he can. This time by 14 to go at IRP. Can Dylan Wedgwood do anything to catch that 23 and stop his reign of terror? One truck up in the wall with Sidnor. Contact with Cunman. And it looks like we're a little behind there. Sidnor and Cunman had made contact now. 14 laps to go. And Sidnor trying to take 3rd from Hunter Searles. He wants those spots. And he wants a chance at the win. The 50 goes down low on Searles. And as they come off of turn 4, who's going to have it here? Down off of 4, side by side. The 50 making the bottom lane work, and the caution flag waves. Ryan Potter involved, lots of trucks involved. Potter, Halm was in it, I believe. There's Jacob Halm, he's backwards on the racetrack. It started way up here with Potter. Oh boy. 72, steps on the gas and just drives through his left rear. That's kind of inexcusable there. I'm not really sure where Tyler Rush was going. Oh, and he gets clobbered. 36 in the wall. The 03 of Noah Joyce has to avoid. Runs into the wall, runs into the back of the 36. Caution flag flies yet again. Terry Brooks will lead. And the pace car continues to lead the field ahead of Terry Brooks and Dylan Wedgwood. Garrett Sidnor made up 3 or so spots after losing time on pit road. I believe there. Up in the 3rd. And looking at a chance at a win, and he had the pace to do it as he was making his way through the field. He was making the bottom lane work. He was making every lane work he tried. And so the 50 just needed to push if he wanted the spot from the 23 of Brooks. And this time by, it's going to be 9 laps to go, and they, I believe, will get 2 to green here, if not 1. And so this is going to be a sprint to the finish, to say the least. It looks like the pace car lights are on right now. We'll see if they shut off. They're going to stay on, and so we're going to get going with about 7 to go. It's going to be one heck of a finish. And this league has not failed to disappoint. And someone just blew up. The 16 of Andrew Siegel just blew up. Looks like Siegel was just making his way out of pit road. Hit second gear on the apron, and boom. So race over for the 16. He was already a lap down. Damaged in multiple incidents today. He is out of the race now. Time by 8 laps to go. We'll see if we get the one to green here. The base car lights will turn off. It's going to be 7 laps to the end of the race. And decide the winner. A very intense race up to this point. And it's going to be a heck of a finish live on FTN. Only the best races here in this league, and it has not failed to disappoint so far. And we're going to have another heck of a finish. The 23 dominating the race, but Sidnor, the points leader and the fastest in practice. He's got a great truck. The 14 does as well. Back into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back out. And for one final time, hopefully we'll get the green flag. 7 to go for Terry Brooks down into turn number 1. He gets out a little bit low. Here comes the 50 of Sidnor. Needs to make quick work of Dylan Wedgwood if he wants a chance at the win. He peeks down low, sends it in on Wedgwood, working that middle lane right on the seam and doing a great job of it. The 50 to second. He's door to door with the 40, or with the 14, I should say. Where did that middle lane come from? He is working it. And he's going to take the spot here if he can do it like he did in 3 and 4. Trying to get clear of the 14, can't do it. If I'm Dylan Wedgwood right now, got to give up that spot and let the 50 go, because the 23 is up in your windshield and he's running away. And now the 14 is going to fight with the 50. And Terry Brooks is loving what he's seeing. To the second position goes Sidnor. Way down low goes coming loose off of 4. Can Sidnor catch the race leader on board with the 50 machine? Here comes Garrett Sidnor looking for win number 2 on the year. 5 laps to go. This time by is going to be 4. Flying into the corner. Garrett Sidnor pushing, running as fast as he can. New-ish tires. And so he's going to be setting flyers right now. Terry Brooks with a 22.575 of 4.64 from Sidnor. And at this rate, he's going to be there. 4 laps to go, 3.5 down the back straightaway. Terry Brooks trying to run away. A lot more speed in 3 and 4 right now. This time by, we'll have a look at the lap times again. It's a 22.675 for Brooks and a 22.610 for Sidnor. So Sidnor made up time, but not enough. And the gap extends through 1 and 2. And that might have been Sidnor's final charge, because Brooks is scooting away. And the field very spread out behind him. This time by 2 laps to go for Terry Brooks. And maybe the 50's been holding something back, but that time 4/1000ths of a second slower. Gains up a heck of a lot of time on the corner entry, but loses it down on corner exit. And back through 3 and 4 this time by. White flag is in the air. One more time around for Terry Brooks. He's led over 100 laps of the race, and he's trying to complete it here. Can Sidnor make the send into 3? Off of turn 2, Sidnor closing the gap. He's within 3/10. Here comes the send from Sidnor. Dives it in. Is he going to get to his bumper? Not quite. Sidnor can't get there. Terry Brooks will win an IRP. And Garrett Sidnor almost had him there at the end, but he couldn't complete the pass. And Terry Brooks, first career win at IRP, and he does it in absolutely dominating fashion. What a great race for Terry Brooks, 15th in the point standings. And that will boost him surely. Race winner Terry Brooks, what a job by that man. And I mean, there was so many incidents, and none of them affected the 23 at all. This is one of the most deserving wins I think I've seen in a while. Did not give up the lead after he took it. I don't think he ever got past. I believe he led from lap 14 or whenever he got the lead on that restart till the end. A great job by Terry Brooks. We'll get him into the booth as quick as we can, along with Sidnor and Wedgwood. And Brooks doing a Alan Kulwicki Polish victory lap, or whatever you call it there, doing a lap backwards in memory of Kulwicki. A fantastic job by Terry Brooks. He gets it done. I will wait for him to complete his victory lap before we pull him in the booth here. And we'll talk to Sidnor and Dylan Wedgwood if we can. We'll pull in your race winner now. Terry Brooks, you're up in the FTN booth. Congratulations on the win and an absolutely dominating performance. What were you doing differently in the rest of the field?
I think we were just able to get off the corner better than everybody else was. So we were able to just get off that corner, and it was able to create some gaps. Just trying to be smooth. I really enjoy short tracks, and was trying to make sure I managed the banking properly because tracks got progressive banking. So trying to go in, let it kind of catch the bank and start the car turning down, and then just try to get as straight to drive off as I could.
Yeah, well, seemed like whoever got that top lane figured out was the best. Was there, even if you caught someone, any shot of using the middle lane or the bottom lane to pass without absolutely sending in a slide job?
I think you could make the middle work, but you had to have some luck, and it was going to take a lot of patience to not try to get in the gas too soon, because in that middle lane, the car just got so free on exit because you were in kind of in a bind in the center and trying to get the car to rotate. The outside was getting a better rotation in that particular scenario, so it was difficult.
Definitely, and you got the lead on that lap 14 restart, something around there, and I don't think you ever got past. So congratulations on the absolutely dominating win. Anything else like to say?
Just like to thank y'all for putting on the broadcast for us. I'd like to thank ASC Services. I'd like to thank Highline Racing League for putting this whole thing together. The Tex-A-Con for putting the sponsorship on the truck deal. And just thank everybody that races with us. It's a good group of guys, and we have a lot of fun. Hopefully we put on a good broadcast for everybody.
Definitely. Yeah, well, thank you for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you.
So that is Terry Brooks, your race winner, and we're going to talk to Garrett Sidnor in second here. Garrett, you were fastest in practice, but didn't get the pole, and you could never catch the 23, but did a great job there. What do you think you could have done differently if you wanted to get it done?
Yeah, I think we made the right call there. We came and put 4 on there with about around 20 to go. I think we made the right strategy call. I think we could have cleared the 14 a lot quicker on that last restart. I think if we did there, we wouldn't burn our stuff up as much and maybe had a shot at it, like a closer shot. But yeah, like you said, Terry was pretty much a class of the field all night. Even on that first run when we had that long green flag run, he was 3.5 seconds up on me. So I knew he was going to be good when he was catching me in the heat race. So yeah, props to him and winning the night. But yeah, we had a good night as well. So I'll take it.
Yeah, well, we saw basically every truck ended up with damage on all 4 sides. How was it avoiding the carnage? Because I mean, there was over 10 yellows. I'm pretty sure it was a wreck fest to say the least, right in the middle portion.
Yeah, it definitely was, and that kind of allowed us to pull that strategy move because you had a combination of a lot of trucks wrecking out and a lot of trucks with damage, so we could pick them off. But yeah, we were in front of most of the carnage for most of the night, and that's kind of the gamble that we took there on that second to last stop, or second to last restart, is we put ourselves back in the danger and had to work our way through. We kind of had to muscle our way past a couple guys, but I mean, a track like this where it's kind of one grooved, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations on second. Anything else to say?
Yeah, obviously loves travel stop Speedco machine on this Ford F-150. It was very fast tonight. Speedy Cash for his Glory Art and Photography. Freight Auctions, my mom and my dad, Ray Tustin, John Peterson, and all those guys out there at JPR that helped put a very beautiful truck and a fast truck together week in, week out. We're leading the points, third straight podium. Let's move on.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the season. And
Alrighty, thank you.
gonna get in now the Wedgwood. That's the wrong person. It moved right at the last second. I'm trying to talk to number 14, Dylan Wedgwood. You up in the booth, got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you P3 on the night. You led a little bit in the heat race, but after you lost the lead there, just could never get into the front. How was it trying to make moves? Because I mean, you were second or third basically for the entire night.
Oh yeah, I really just didn't have much for the 50 or Terry. They were really fast all night, and yeah, I mean, it was just trying to stay out of trouble. There wasn't a whole lot towards the front, but just keeping it clean and trying to keep it straight.
Definitely. I asked Garrett how was it trying to keep out of the carnage, because took 4 tires there. He kind of put himself in the middle of it, though you weren't really in the midst of the in the wrecks, especially when passing lap cars. It seemed like it was possible to keep the truck clean. How was it right there with all that traffic, trying not to wreck?
It honestly wasn't too terrible. I feel like the lap cars kind of stayed towards the bottom to where you could get around, so it really wasn't too bad towards the front, but I know everybody in the middle of the pack back had a lot of trouble.
Well, congratulations on the third. Anything else to say?
Yeah, I just want to thank Team Trap House and Serve Pro.
Well, congratulations on the third again, and thank you for your time.
Awesome, thank you.
So that's going to do it for tonight's event. We're going to get the results up on the screen, and then we'll finally close this out. It's been about 2 hours since we got this stream underway. A very long event, to say the least. A lot of wrecks, but Terry Brooks kept his truck clean to the best of his ability and brings it home for his first win on the year. Garrett Sidnor continues his top three run. I think he said is his third in a row, and he's going to stay as the points leader. Dylan Wedgwood coming home in third. Hunter Searles in fourth. A great result for the 77. Alan Cunman from the back to fifth. Tyler Rush in sixth after being involved in an incident late. Scott Puckett up into seventh. Andrew Baker in eighth. Ryan Potter up to ninth. And Colton Gardner, who was T-boned to the 99 in a late race wreck, up into 10th. Back in 11th, it's going to be Noah Joyce, followed by Ty Smith and 12th. Andrew Siegel blew up at the end of the race. He finishes 13th. Jacob Holm in 14th. Dylan Pody in 15th. Jason Harris comes home 16th. Toby Wedgwood in 17th. Connor Holden in 18th. Dylan Bate with an absolutely horrific flip will come home 19th. And Adam Boss did not start the race. He finishes 20th. So that will wrap it up for tonight's event. This has been the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series at IRP. Next Tuesday, round 6 at Chicagoland. Don't miss it. Subscribe to Fireball Talks NASCAR. That beautiful 69 subscribers away from 1,000. So if you're new, drop a subscribe and stick around. This league always produces some fantastic racing and everything else we show. I'll be back on Saturday for the Full Send SuperSpeedway Series, and make sure to come over with there. I'll be joined by Mason Moriarty. It's always a great show over there, and I believe David will be live either tomorrow or on Friday. Road to Pro broadcasted the second split, broadcasted here on FTN Thursdays. Don't miss it. Some of the best racing on the service, some of the best drivers on the service there, so you don't want to miss that. And other than that, that will wrap it up. So thank you for coming out. This has been a production of the Highline Racing League Tex-A-Con Truck Series on Fireball Talks NASCAR, and we wish you good night.